morning, and thank you, everyone. I know I'm the guy before you guys head for sumptuous lunch later. I'm Varun. I head innovation and ecosystem at Singlife. And today we want to walk you through how we believe benefits overall will be personalized. And the old age definition of, okay, here are the 5 products, and here's go figure it out, and customers needs to figure out what's the journey gonna look like, is changing, and we are empowering a journey along that process. Our thesis is very simple from that perspective. Your Netflix is personalized. Your Spotify is personalized. All the different applications, and now with AI, even furthermore, is personalized. Why shouldn't your insurance capabilities and insurance products be similarly be available in the format you need them? And this is not about micro insurance. This is not about fractional, micro, and all of those. The way we look at it is 3 things: what, how, for who. The way we look at is insurance is underlying risk pooling. The foundation is risk pooling. How can we bring such risk pooling capabilities where we unbundle the benefits? These are not rugged, old school templates you have to pick from. How we can each make them bespoke, and people can choose and create their own needs. And what we call it is unique Singlife experiences. Those older like me would remember Windows XP time, that there were Windows experiences. And we believe it's a time for that level of personalization. So that's why if you see, it's like an app store from different generation from that perspective. The second part we look at is modular. That how we can look at different aspects of consumer's life. We believe there are 4 aspects. We will walk you through the 4 aspects. And everything else, every product, every capability, every pricing follows them. How do you solve for those experiences in those modular fashion? Without the traditional definition, this is a term life, this is a ILP, this is a unit link plan, this is a IUL plan, but more in terms of what does it mean as an experience for the customer. And the last one is unserved market. There are unserved markets from a financial sense. Gig economy workers, we will walk through what we do for gig economy workers. Most people would not choose, more than 50% people will not choose gig economy because they like to. It's more because they have to. What are their needs and what are their challenges? And a large number of people who are unserved because of bureaucracies of a financial system. We will walk, an example is very rich people historically had ability to set up trusts for their families, but everybody else did not. Because the historical model was, unless you have $10 million, no trust partner is going to talk to you. So we will walk through how we look at where you have an unmet and unserved need for different segments of society, the personalization of that can solve. We have broadly categorized all of the insurance world into 4 categories. The first one is what we call as benefits XP. These are all different kind of benefits your corporation will provide or an affinity group will provide you in a way you can access, and it is not limited to employers. That's the key thing, because the future of workplace is not traditional 9 to 6 jobs. And we will give case studies of each of these later. The second one is wellness XP. As wellness has evolved, we see a lot of interesting wellness partners. We are building next generation solutions around subscription offerings for health. We are also working on how in future, GLP-1 drugs will be part of insurance plans. In the United States, you already see some of the insurance companies covering those. The third one, which is most crucial, is legacy experience. Most of the coverages which we manufacture, or most insurance manufacturers, is what happens for my family when I am not around? What happens when I am not being able to work? What happens when I cannot go to an office and I have hospital expenses? How do you handle those legacy problems in the new emerging world? And the last one is commerce. How in daily life transactions you can have very different experiences, and which is why if you would see, you would see very little general insurance use cases. all of these experience, you would see how we have brought it to the most complex life insurance and health insurance. Because there's a lot happening in GI, and we absolutely respect that as a composite insurer, but we wanted to take the bull by the horns and go to the more complex problems. This is the first one for benefits XP, so shift-based insurance. So Marina Bay Sands has all these people at events today who are working there only for these 3 days. You cannot historically get coverage for them. Now we offer 4-hour, 8-hour shift coverages and work with large event organizers, large hotels, restaurants to provide these shift-based insurance. One of the largest food delivery companies is going to announce something soon, where the biggest challenge for food delivery people are, the people who deliver pizza, pasta for you, they cannot wait in a clinic 40 minutes to meet the doctor. They also cannot do teleconsult and wait at their home to receive the medication. So we created an online to offline capability. They can do the consult, and then we will assign them, here are the clinics near the restaurants, so that they can get a pickup there. And while they are waiting 20 minutes or 10 minutes to pick up the pizza, they can pick up the medication. Because these people's DNA is go, run, pick up, and move. And the person who has a headache, minor fever, minor flu, unfortunately, they don't have a luxury to take a sick leave. Delivering food doesn't have a sick leave. How do you enable that where they are? In terms of Wellness XP, what we have launched is companies to be able to have gamification engagement at their workplace, which is bundled with the normal traditional employee benefits insurance. So you have, imagine a Vitality for companies. Every company gets its own version of Vitality, personalized, customized, and controlled by the HR administrator of the company. And that is something we empower for like so many organizations now. We work with, and you see some of the logos of these companies, we work with ecosystem partners for each one of them. 100% of these are with a partner. We launched the first ever subscription plan in Singapore, because those from here would know that we don't have an HMO model in Singapore. It's an $18 annual subscription. You get subsidized teleconsults, plus you get an accident and death coverage bundled into a subscription plan with one of the largest telemedicine companies in Southeast Asia, Doctor Anywhere. And this one I was mentioning is Legacy XP. So when people are worried about how do you look next stage of your life, so we focus a lot on creating such solutions where we have trust partnerships with the trust providers. We allow people to structure systematic withdrawal plan. Because we are one insurance company who also owns a wealth business. So we create systematic withdrawal plans for people to ensure their family, if I die, my family gets 5 million, I don't want my kids to buy a Lamborghini next day. I want that money to last for 10, 15 years. So those are the kind of solutions which we structure and give people. And also if you have 2 houses, one house is 5 million, one house is 2 million, how do you split? So how do you create a policy, a term life to balance the kid who is getting the cheaper house to ensure that there is peace in the family and tranquility, and how insurance comes in, not just as a legacy player, but as a fair equalizer to maintain family harmony. This one is, it took us 18 months to get these special approvals, where one of the biggest challenges for companies giving loans to SMEs and venture capitalists to invest in startups. We had so many startups here. If something happens to the promoter, what happens? So we structure first ever keyman insurance where the lender or the investor could be the recipient of the money. So what that does is suddenly de-risks so many SME lending. It reduces the cost of loans for them. It unleashes a new wave of funding and growth for these people by restructuring the way traditional keyman insurance was there. The traditional keyman insurance only allowed your employer to get, but not your lender and your investor. So these are the kind of capabilities we do. And then we work with large lending platforms, banks who want to embed it, because that construct of a key man for a partner did not exist before. And the last one is we're the second largest provider for protection for platform workers. Singapore is the first country which mandates food delivery and ride-hailing company drivers to have protection. And we structured specific plans and capabilities with 5 food delivery ride-hailing partners focused on these people to ensure that nobody is left behind. And we believe there's a little bit of Sing life in every life in Singapore. Thank you.